Okay, yesterday in the introduction to fractions, we mostly talked about what you do with a like denominator, or if the numerators were the same in comparing fractions. Meaning this, in comparing fractions, we mostly talked about the numerators being the same, and how you go about how many pieces you cut them into. Because if we're just talking about one piece, it's easy to see which fraction is larger or greater by how many pieces they cut into. But if we have different numerators and different denominators, it's hard to do that sometimes. So like if I have 4 6 compared to 3 sevenths. Well, 6s are a little bit slightly bigger pieces than 7s, but I have different numbers of pieces. So how can I tell which one's greater? Well, here's what you do, is you take the denominators and multiply them together. So you say 7 times 6 is 42, and of course 6 times 7 is also 42. Now, in order to change the top number, what did I multiply 6 by to get 42? I multiplied it by 7, so I have to multiply the same thing by 7. So 7 times 4 is 28, and I also, to get 42, I multiplied 7 by 6, so I have to do the same to the top. So 6 times 3 is 18. So now that I have like denominators, the equal amount, they're both cut into the same size pieces. Now all I have to do is see who has more pieces. Well, 28 is more than 18, so 4 6 is actually greater than 3 sevenths. Now, that's why you do it, but if we're talking about 5 ninths and 4 eighths, you can take your time and do 8 times 9 and stuff like that, or you can just simply skip that step, because you know if you multiply 8 times 9 or 9 times 8, you're going to get the same answer, and that's why you do that, to get the same denominator. So you can just skip that step because you know you're automatically going to get the same denominator and do cross multiplication. So 8 times 5 is 40, and then 9 times 4 is 36. Which one's greater, 40 or 36? Well, 40 is greater. So 5 ninths, in case you can't see it up there, is greater than 4 eighths. So again, you just have to skip that step of multiplying the denominators and just say, I'm going to go across, 8 times 5 is 40, and I'm going to go across, 9 times 4 is 36. Because remember, you're just skipping that step of getting like denominators. Because when you cross multiply, that's what you're doing, is you're finding out what like denominators are. So that's how you compare fractions with unlike denominators and unlike numerators.